Hi everyone, welcome back to Nomad and welcome to my vintage shopping trip in Shimokitazawa. Now Shimokitazawa is a suburb in Tokyo and you can find so many amazing, absolutely brilliant vintage stores there. This one that we're going into first is called Garage. It is so much fun. There's like each individual sellers in here, so it's not just the one shop. You have so many unique designs, patterns, colors, types of clothing, so much variety in this one place. I highly recommend. It's absolutely beautiful to go in and just get lost in these stores. Next is Flamingo. There are two Flamingo stores in the same street, so don't worry, then there's exactly the same company or brand, but they have some absolutely great 80s vintage. There's a bit more of a folky type of vibe with their clothes, so it was really great to have a look, check it out. Some neutrals, plaids, patterns, all this excellent stuff. Definitely 80s feel in the colour vein, but it was really nice quality here. A little bit on the pricier side, but definitely good quality. Alright, this one is a little bit tricky to find, but look out for Hague and Ashbury. It's actually a really interesting vintage store. It has a little bit more of the higher brand labels, and there's a really great diversity of men's and women's clothing that you can choose from. I absolutely loved this amazing London fog trench coat. It was in this beautiful purple, but I didn't get it because it was a mite bit small and it is a bit more pricier in this store, but the quality of the clothes is absolutely excellent. Favorites was actually Vintage Clothes Rainbow. This wasn't one of the ones we heard advertised previously, but it was so much fun to go in and discover. This is a very aesthetically pleasing shop. They actually have the clothes arranged in like a color order. There's lots of pastels and lots of vivid colors to play with, which is absolutely great. But once again, very 80s in the feel. There's earrings, there's accessories, there's so much fun. But going on to New York Joe, which was actually quite funny, there was lots of 80s clothes and lots of Americana English kind of design. Our absolute favorite though was Grapefruit Moon, because this had like a really great 80s, 70s vibe, huge range of clothing, great range of accessories. You have to check this out. A little bit further away for a walk, but worth it. Don't you just love those earrings? And so much great things to be found in Grapefruit Moon. But if you don't get there, don't worry. Shimokitazawa has so many vintage stores. They are literally around every single corner. It is the place to go vintage shopping or secondhand clothes shopping. There is just so many different stores. It's just mind-blowing to see how many people are out, how many people are enjoying the day, enjoying the excitement of finding things secondhand. But also in Shimokitazawa is Village Vanguard. Now this is a bit of an everything store. It is touted to be a bookstore, and yes, it does have an absolutely mind-blowing amount of manga, like Japanese comics, but also Western comics as well. It is just absolutely amazing to see how many comic books are in this store. But it is not just for comics, it is for pop culture, and we got our first taste of Ghibli merch here, but then there's cute socks of all different pop culture references, Pokemon, and then my youth of Care Bears. It is just absolutely amazing to see how many references and cartoons are filled into this one store. Of course, you find some beautiful stationery in this store as well. I bought quite a few letter sets when I was over in Japan, so lots of writing for me, but random things like tiny ducks. You always need tiny ducks. And you need Wellingtons for your toothbrushes. Of course, it's like must-haves. But there's snacks as well that you can find. And in the end, I restrained myself to 2 Ghibli things of chopsticks and a notebook. But there are so many more stores to be found in Shimokitazawa. There's amazing food vendors, so don't forget, try as many food vendors as you like. I found this amazing cracker store, which can't go wrong. But also B-side label, which you can find lots of their stickers in stationery stores. It is actually independently designed labels, badges, pins, anything like that. And it's so great, this like really graphic culture. You can actually get them, they're so cute and there's so many different designs. But if you don't have time to go all the way through Shimokitazawa, one of the must stops is in an area nearby. So you basically catch the train from Shimokitazawa down to Setagaya Daita station, and there you walk a little way. We did get a little bit lost because there's apparently a side walk, but we found on our way back to the Totoro Cream Puff Cafe. They are so utterly delicious. Now, I'm not a big cream puff fan, but these made me a cream puff fan. They're absolutely beautiful. We both had one each, my friend Chloe and I had the little chocolate one, which has the adorable little hat on it, but they're absolutely delicious and I highly recommend. Also in the area is the Gotokuji temple. This is a Buddhist temple just a little bit further along the train line as you go to the Totoro Cream Puff Cafe, and this is one of the one of the origin points for the famous waving cat. Now you can actually go here and find hundreds upon hundreds of waving cat statues. You can buy them at the temple store and either leave it as an offering to the deity, or you can take it home as a souvenir of your time visiting Gotokuji. I highly recommend going to temples because you get to have this beautiful calming experience which perfectly juxtaposes against the flurry and the excitement that is vintage shopping in Shimokitazawa. So I highly recommend going here. It was absolutely beautiful the day we went. The cherry blossoms were out and I got my first goshuin, which is a temple stamp. I'm going to do a video about it very soon where I get to go through how you can get your own goshuin and goshuin cho, which is the book itself, and collect memories of time you spent in these beautiful temples. So thank you for joining me for my Shimokitazawa adventure, but be sure that there are plenty more of Japan videos to come, so be sure to subscribe, hit up a like, and tell me down below what your favourite vintage adventure has been. So I'll see you next time. Bye!